we're going to learn something. We're not content with just the headlines or the typical talking points.
It's a refreshingly honest conversation about what's going on.
It's about connecting our community and doing something to really make a difference.
We're taking today's stories and bringing positivity back. Jeez. Yeah, it's a no jacket kind of day. We're excited. The sun is out. We're hanging out with the Take 5 crew. Come on, join me, will ya? We've got Tim. We've got Andy. High five.
Handy
Thank
Andy.
you, Handy Andy.
Left you hanging, didn't you?
Michelle Lee, Chris Cashman, Angela Poe Russell, and man, as you can tell, I'm kind of excited about today. Usually Mondays aren't like that, but I'm like, boom, let's get this thing started.
I'm wondering how many people are tuning in for the first time. They're like, oh, I heard about this new show that you guys started last week. This is it. This is Take 5, brand new show. You guys are already a part of it, and this is the only show that says don't put your phone away. Keep it out. You're going to need it. You can text us live throughout the show. 206-448-4545 is the number where you can weigh in throughout the show.
Right, we'll have different questions throughout the day, but the one we're dealing with today has to do with the weather. We love to share information here, and we want to know what are the best things to do when it's sunny outside in Washington. So share that with us at that number that Chris gave you. That's coming up at the bottom of your screen.
I'll tell you the busiest place in town today?
Yeah.
Propane. Propane. You watch. When you're going home tonight,
barbecuing
everybody's going to be barbecuing. Get that propane quick.
Well, there's a reason I'm not sitting down, because I'm like antsy to get outside. I'm going to take Michelle with me. You guys ready?
I get to go outside.
We get to go outside, both of us. I picked you because it's me and you that need to work on our tans the most. It's all good, though.
Are we going to do this together?
Yeah, let's try it. The revolving door is always tricky. It's like, I feel like we're in the movie Elf. Anyway, so the reason we're coming out is because of the beautiful day, and we're talking about an absolutely gorgeous week.
Yes.
So the question we asked the viewers, what's the best thing to do in Seattle on a sunny day? What would you say?
I would say sleeping.
Really? In a hammock outside? Or
Yeah, in a hammock outside. Like, I have this really great backyard, and so I like to hang out in the back and sleep and miss it all, I guess.
You guys know where you can find Michelle, cooking or sleeping. It makes sense. So there's a couple of things I wanted to point out. I don't know if we can look at some weather information via our weather computer, but like I said, it's going to be a very, very nice week. This is that ridge of high pressure that's basically sticking with us all week long. Now, the timestamp on the top says 3 o'clock on Thursday. The reason I wanted to show you that is because today's nice, it'll be nice tomorrow, it'll be nice Wednesday, and yes, it'll peak on Thursday. In fact, I have a feeling Thursday we might hit 80 degrees in a couple of spots, which isn't a record breaker, but it'll be very close. So I'll talk a little bit about that coming up a little later. In the meantime, we took the camera, we went out on the streets, asked the people the same question we're asking you, and I asked you.
Okay.
Here's what they had to say about doing stuff in sunny Seattle.
Good morning, sunshine.
Andy, check it out. Oh, getting soaked. It's a summer day in Seattle. Ah. I'd probably be way over there if that were real. What is the best thing to do in Seattle on a sunny day?
Go hiking.
Yeah, go hiking. Today, obviously, you're hanging out in the sun, but like, what's your favorite thing to do in Seattle when it's sunny?
I'm enjoying myself, listening to some music, thinking about the things I'm gonna do.
You're living in the moment, reflecting, trying to make life decisions.
Yeah.
Love it. Nice, nice. Okay, you guys, so you're playing ping pong. Is this the best thing to do on a sunny day in Seattle?
You already know it.
You already know it.
Just be outside.
Vitamin D.
Yeah, sure.
Replenishing the lost vitamin D we've lost. Have you ever heard of the term ice blocking?
No.
Ice blocking, like, you know. Wow. All right, seems like we've got 2 votes on hiking. We got ping pong lovers. Walk a dog was one. Just be out in the sun. That was another one. Wonder what else we can get.
I would definitely say you should go to all the farmers markets. It's worth walking around the city. Go for a walk on my lunch hour.
Cool shorts and fun outfits.
Ooh, I think Cashman and I know a little bit about that from last summer.
You're our focus group. What do you think of the summer suit?
Yes, it looks very good on you guys.
You think they're wonderful? Do you agree?
I'm singing in the sun, just singing in the sun. What a glory. Why is no one singing right now? Guys, it's sunny! So here's the promise that we're delivering. Forecast this week, the numbers on the left are the numbers that we're going to get out at the SeaTac Airport location, meaning that Thursday, that 78, wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few lower 80s, very close to the records as indicated on the right side. And just in case you're thinking of unseasonal things to do, there are a few ski resorts open, believe it or not.
wow.
I'm talking about like skiing and bathing suits, right?
Oh, okay.
With how warm it is. So anyway, that's basically what we have to look forward to.
Well, I joked about sleeping, but I mean, I really do like that. But a lot of people have picnics, walking on Alki Beach, grilling. So a lot of people have kind of the same thing in mind. And then someone said, I live on a houseboat. I'll be on the upper deck all week. And then shared us a picture of his shoes.
Did he share us an invite?
That's what I want to know. I need friends with houseboats.
Me too. Fun stuff. Keep sending in those text messages.
All right, let's go inside now to Chris and Angela.
I think we are proposing we do a Take 5 show from the houseboat.
I've got boat shoes. Let's do it. We can close this circle. We'll do that.
All right.
All right. For the 6 of you sitting inside watching TV today, we know there's a lot of other things going on. We want to get you caught up on some interesting stories happening today. It's a quick look. We call it the Fast Five, and here it goes. Today, Southwest Airlines continues to inspect engines on its planes. That has led to flight delays, even cancellations. No SeaTac flights affected yet. That's good news. The urgency due to that mid-air engine failure last week that cost a passenger her life. Toronto police have arrested the driver of a van who ran over people in Canada's largest city. Police believe that the van ran over the curb to hit people walking on the sidewalk at a busy intersection. No word yet on a motive there. Authorities have arrested a suspect behind a deadly shooting at a Tennessee Waffle House. James Shaw Jr., the hero who stopped that shooter and saved lives, is getting praise from all over the country. And in our next half hour, we'll be talking about what Shaw did and the warning signs police say that led up to the shooting. Now, were you behind any of the angry tweets at Washtenaw this morning? The Yakima, that's a ferry boat, it hit something underwater, possibly a log, causing the propeller to look, well, like this. That's not how it's supposed to look. The Hayak ran all night to get people off Orcas Island. Divers, I should say, are assessing the damage, and it's offline until the boat is repaired. Giraffe on the loose, everybody. Thabisa got out of her barn at a children's zoo in Indiana. She ran around the zoo's parking lot while employees worked to corral her. How does one corral a baby giraffe? They got her back to the exhibit. She is now resting safely after about 2 hours of running around. If you want more info on any of those stories, you can text the word FAST, F-A-S-T, to 206-448-4545. We'll kick you back links to those stories there.
She's really running.
I know, right? She's like, get me out of here.
You stop her. I'll just watch.
You know, one of the perks of working at a company like Amazon, like you don't have to brave the crowds to see a sought-after public figure or a celebrity. They just come to you. And that's what happened today at Amazon headquarters in downtown Seattle. Former FBI Director James Comey gave Amazon a private speech related to his new book, Higher Loyalty. And here are some photos that are making the rounds on social media from the event, posted by some Amazon employees. And this event was part of the company's Fishbowl program. It's where they invite musicians, authors, actors to come basically speak to employees, and it's all free for them. Amazon live streamed today's event on their employee network because they had reached capacity.
He was super pleasant. It was more talking about his life leading up to his leadership style. And it was really nice to see, just a lot of the big experiences framed the way that he handles different problems.
An employee said there was only talk about the president at the end of the speech. One employee told me that seeing people like Comey is just one of the many perks of working at Amazon. So that got us thinking, what are some of the coolest workplace perks? We do know at Amazon, if you've ever walked around downtown, they have free bananas everywhere for employees, like as many bananas as you can eat. I'm told they have prayer rooms, and in some case, dogs are allowed to go to work with you. They have a very generous maternity leave, up to 20 weeks. That includes 6 weeks for fathers. And they have this cool leave share program. Let's say if you have a spouse that doesn't get any paid leave, Amazon will actually pay you to give that money to your spouse or your partner. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a really generous stuff. So, I mean, if you guys ever had we have a great one here, Michelle, that you've used.
Yeah. That's right. I kind of was thinking, what have I done? Our company, Tegna, lets us volunteer. So they will pay us to volunteer. We get up to, I think maybe it's 10 hours a year. Okay. I can't remember. No, I can't remember. But I took advantage of it. I took advantage of it. I loved it. It felt really great. I got to be out in the community. And I got paid for it, too.
So if you have a cool perk, I mentioned at the top of the show, we love sharing information. So if you have a cool perk at your office, let us know about it. Text us at 206-448-4545, and we'll, share the information.
It's
Maybe we can lobby.
Easy to complain about work, but there's a lot of cool companies worth bragging about. So
can we do odd perks too?
Yeah.
There's this one. I remember going to this one entrepreneur's office. He had a thing of grass inside in his office, just real grass. He's like, oh yeah, it's for brainstorming. I'm like, what do you mean? You take your shoes off and you put your toes in the grass and you walk around and it stimulates the brain and it gets your ideas flowing. I was like, Wow.
I'm gonna feed a little more oxygen into that.
So I don't know if that's a perk or if it's just awkward.
I've heard that from psychologists that if you're stuck, like you're trying to create, then just go and be connected to nature in some way.
Yep.
So more outside walks.
You just provided me with a professional segue. This is perfect because a lot of you were talking about this story, reconnecting with nature. A man, he lives all alone on a tiny island in the San Juans. His name is Phil Green. This is online, and people are sharing this like crazy. His solitary journey of almost 2 decades now, it's about to come to an end. There he is. Green's a naturalist for the Nature Conservancy. The nonprofit bought the island to protect and study its habitat. And so the job is 24 hours. It's around the clock. He lives alone in a cabin built in the 40s. He can only shower on the island during the non-freezing months, and without distractions of other humans, Green listens to and he shares what he hears with audiences around the world.
What is keeping us? Whoosh. What was that? You know, the first one, but then there's another whoosh. And I knew because I've heard it enough that it's orcas breathing. It's like anytime you do it, it's just a phenomenal thing. You never stop getting excited about seeing the whales.
Cool perspective there.
Wow.
Phil has had human contact over the past 20 years, of course. He has not had Wi-Fi, though, so Phil's got a lot of catching up to do. He leaves the island about once a week to get some groceries. He does some laundry, and the Nature Conservancy is currently interviewing for his replacement. What say you? Who wants to sign up for the next 20 years alone on Yellow Island?
Totally down. Well, alone, that'd be hard if you have a family.
You're going to have to explain that to your wife and kids.
If you could take your family, you'd probably do it. It'd be like,
I would totally do it, but I think they checked, and you can't. You have to be. I believe you have to be solo on this one.
Right.
So, but if I had my family, I think so. You get sick of each other after a while. But can you imagine just like no internet, no
I think
social
you'd get sick
media?
of yourself after 20 years. I'd be fighting with myself.
All right.
All right, let's switch gears because it's time now to take a look at our 5 Hive. And we want to thank everyone for spending time with us there. We do want to remind everyone this is a closed Facebook group to let us have these bigger conversations and discussions on what's happening in our community. But I got to share this one because this one is from Frank and I love it. On Earth Day he posted this and he said, "Bunny fight on Earth Day?" So hopefully I can show it to you because look, they're fighting over a carrot. Frank actually throws out some food for the bunnies, and in just a few seconds, you're gonna.
Oh, jeez. Watch
but
it.
they just hop.
Watch out, Peter.
Adorable? That's how they
Still
fight.
gets me every time.
So I just thought for a Monday we had to show that. Thank you, Frank. Really love that. And then also I want to give a shout out to Christina because she says the Hope Center is packing 74,000 nutrient-dense meals for people in our community. So if you would like to volunteer for that, it's also in the Hive. And if you are wondering like, hey, how do I get to the Hive? You can go on Facebook and search for Take 5, or you can also, hopefully it'll work. You can also text Hive to 448-4545 and we will throw you back a link right now. But I love it, and we've already had like 1,200 people sign up in the last, 7 days or something. Well, shouldn't say 7 days, but we started it a while ago while we were practicing, and then over the last week we doubled. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's closed right now. Did I say that? Did I emphasize that? Yeah, okay. So yeah, people are I think they're more likely to share stuff there too.
Good. Yeah. Hey, question. Do you guys have the national push alert settings like CNN, Pop Sugar, and all that come to your phone?
Pop Sugar?
I guess that's my wife. That's why I said that. That might be national. But do you know what I mean? Do you guys, because I don't know if your phone blew up this weekend because a new royal baby. I mean, it's like 14 different push alerts, and she's in labor. So their child was born at 11:01 London time, weighing 8 pounds 7 ounces. The official proclamation posted at Buckingham Palace. There's no name for the child yet, but that will come in the next couple of days, as is royal tradition. Now, Charlotte and George got to meet their little baby brother at the hospital. The boy is 5th in the line to the throne, which we got to say, poor Uncle Harry. He now has 2 nephews and a niece ahead of him in the line of succession. Either way, the family is growing and adorable.
I think Prince Harry's in a great spot.
Do you?
You don't want to be the guy. You don't want to own a yacht. You want your friend to own the big, beautiful yacht and invite you on board, right?
Yeah, and what's really notable about this particular situation is that Princess Charlotte is going to be the first girl that isn't bypassed because of her gender. So they have modernized that rule, and she'll get to go in the order as opposed to, they're not skipped. Does that make sense?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
and can I
super
just
cool.
give Princess Kate a shout out because I'm sorry, you wouldn't have enough makeup artists or hair people to make me look good coming out in front of cameras, less than 24 hours after giving birth?
Moments after? Yeah.
She's great.
Beautiful.
She's a pro.
Good for them.
Yeah.
And yes, for the record, Jordan, I've updated my notifications now. So
Pop sugar
national,
comes.
both royal births and giraffe births.
Oh, and giraffe
I'll be the
births.
first to know. Yes,
Good.
we're good.
Giraffe. Wow, that image there, Chris.
Coming up next, a topic that affects 1 in 6 couples. We are covering infertility all this week and how it impacts families in our area. That was my husband giving me a shot in my butt, by the way. I will be sharing my personal story about how it has affected my life as well, coming up.